Good morning. Today is Friday, August 11th. Welcome to session 11 of my $1 million journey. My name is Edward James Carey. Welcome to Praxis Living, where I create content to help you create the life that you desire. We are just a little bit before the markets open today. I'm excited to see what goes on today. Do not know what's going to happen, but I will join you in just a few minutes when the markets open, and we will see. All right, I am back. We are just a couple moments before the markets open today, and I just wanted to take a moment and update where we left things off yesterday. So if we go over to the market here, we can see that this morning, shares of AI are down from where they closed yesterday at 33.12. They're down to 32.62 in the pre-market, along with just about every other major company that I'm keeping an eye on. Everything is down in the pre-market today. So where did I leave things off yesterday? If you recall correctly, I purchased 2 shares of AI at 33.63, and we are below that by over $1 right now. I also have 18 shares of AMD that I'm still holding on to for my second day in a row, which I purchased at 112.29. And as we can see, AMD is currently 108.90 in the pre-market. Well, today is Friday. I would like to try to at least close these 2 positions before the end of the day. What I was going to do is I was going to try to make just 25 cents per share on shares of AI at the market bell, but with them being down $1 per share, I'm not going to go with that plan. I've put those 2 shares on sell for $34.48, and I'm just going to wait the entire day. Hopefully it will go up and close that, and that will give me a 2.5% gain on that trade. With AMD, I'm not going for my 2.5%. I'm going to let those go at 113.75 at some point when the market sees that price. I just want to get that capital back so that I can redeploy it at a better cost on AMD. As you can see, AMD is currently down to 108.98. So I know that I can get it below or at least $109. So these are the plans that I have in motion today. I'm not going to be making active trades during the open of the pre-market today. I'm just going to be a spectator today. And we will see what happens. Stay tuned. We'll see if I'm able to get out of one or even both of these positions within the early morning here. And time will tell. All right, I'm doing a 5-minute check into the market opening today just to see what's going on. And as we can see, shares of AI opened with a normal steep drop at the opening bell, and currently it is trying to make its way back up. But I would like to point out, as we can see here, we dropped to a low of $31.65, which looks as though it came just about as low as our previous drop of 31.58 back in the end of June. So we did not break that last bottom point of resistance, but we just about tied it. Like within 5 cents, we tied it. So that is one of the things that I'm watching for, to see if we actually break that previous low to indicate a new low that we're heading towards. In the meantime, shares are on an upward trend right now. It looks like they are trying to fight their way back up. And I believe that what I'm going to do at this point, since it dropped so low, I bought these shares at 33.63, and we still have not even climbed back up to $32.63, which is an entire dollar below where I bought. So I'm going to cancel my sell order where I'm trying to earn 2.5% on that trade. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to try to recover the capital in those two shares. And I'm going to attempt to do that by selling these two shares off at $33.88. Yeah, $33.88, just to see if I can get 25 cents per share right now. Oh, that's the wrong stock. Let me go back to AI. Sell these two shares, $36.88. Sorry, that should be $33.88. $33.88. Let's sell two shares. And what I'd like to see is I'd like to see this share value at some point throughout the day reach back up to $33.88, close that trade to recover my capital on at least those two shares. In the meantime, I'm still holding with my plan of watching AMD. I'm looking for AMD to recover from its low of 107.67 and climb its way back up to a high point of around 113.75 at some point today. See if I can close that position as well. Other than that, it looks like it's going to be a very slow day, Friday, of watching and waiting and maybe even doing some more internal visualization and meditation on not what I'm seeing, but what I want to see. And we will just wait it out and see how this day plays out. Stay tuned. There's more to come on this Friday. I look forward to catching up with you soon. All right, we are 45 minutes into the market open for Friday. Let's have a look and see what's going on. I just wanted to do a check-in and see what's going on for the day. Okay, let's zoom in on this. As we can see, shares of AI broke through a previous low set back in June. So I'm paying attention to that. It has gone up and it came back down and it gone back up, and it looks like it fought its way up to just over $33 per share a little bit earlier this morning. And again is making another current run at $33. And so this causes me to want to change what I'm going to do here. I think what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to cancel my limit sells on AI. It is currently struggling just to reach $33 per share. So I am going to focus the rest of this morning on capital recovery, just to see if I can get out of the trade, even if I don't make a profit, just to get my capital back. So what did I purchase those shares at? $33.63. So I'm going to put these back up at $33.65 for two shares. I'm going for capital recovery to see if I can just get the capital back and perhaps buy in at a better lower point later in today or later in the morning at the low point of the day. Likewise, I'm also going to do the same thing with AMD. I currently am looking for 113.75 on AMD, and I can see that AMD is currently struggling just to get back over $109 per share. So I'm going to cancel my order on AMD, and I am going to reset a new limit sell on AMD. Again, focusing primarily on capital recovery. So I purchased shares at 112.29. Let me put those shares up at 112.31, just for good measure, just to make sure that I'm definitely breaking even. I'm going to put up 18 shares on that. And I'm going to confirm that order as well. So here are my new limit sell orders. 2 shares of AAI at 33.65, 18 shares of AMD at 112.31. And with that, I am just going to leave these markets alone at this point. I'm going to let Friday do its thing, and I am going to go and enjoy my morning. I'm going to get an early start on all of my exercise routine. So rather than do it later in the morning after a few trades, I'm actually going to do it now so that I can just step away from the market, get a clear head, not pay attention to what's going on. I'm going to be exercising and visualizing and focusing on what I want to see. So stay tuned. We have a lot left on Friday. Also, I'm going to be doing an update at the end of the day on my whole financial picture for the past week so that we can keep score on that. Lots of good stuff coming. So stay tuned. I will see you shortly. All right, everybody, I'm back just to do a quick check-in. It is 20 minutes to 9 in the morning here. And let's go to the market, see what has occurred while I've been out. Okay, so as we can see here, it looks like I nailed that sell to break even with AI. As you can see, shares looked like they went up to a high of $33.66. And if you remember correctly, I had my sell order set for $33.65. So I hit that one right on the nose. So I am not down and out yet. I have my capital back for those 2 shares. I will simply take this last buy off of my list. One less thing to concern myself with. And now I have my capital back to consider redeploying in a better position. Not right now, but later in the day. I can see again that shares have receded so far from that high point, and we are right in the first low point of the day, which is normally 8:15 to 8:30. But in learning from yesterday, I know that this low is likely one of 2 lows in the morning. And since I don't see a strong rally bouncing back up from this early morning low, I'm going to let things ride now until around 9:30 is when I intend to come back, take another look at the market, see if there is a better opportunity for me to deploy that capital that I had in 2 shares, and to see if I can make a profit on something today, on Friday. Now, in the meantime, what is going on with AMD? Let's have a look over there. AMD as well went up, but it only reached a high of about 108.89. And my buys on AMD, they were really high, man. They were 112.29 cents. As we can see, the market has dropped on AMD. 107, and that's basically where we're sitting with AMD. So I'm going to be holding my AMD shares for a little while, it seems. I'm still going to try to just sell those off and break even for now, regain my capital on that trade, and then consider a better opportunity to redeploy it in. So that is a quick update on what has happened. I am off to continue my morning, and I will be back soon, and we will see if I can get in to a good low of the day in a little bit of time, see if I can make a play for the day and make some profit. Stay tuned. Friday is not over yet. All right, I am back to check the markets once again. It is 9:30 in the morning on Friday, August 11th. Let us have a look and see what is going on. All right, now normally around this time, 9:30, 9:45 to 10 o'clock. So I might be a little bit early, but normally there is a low of the day that usually exceeds this first low of the day around 8:15 to 8:30. As you can see, we are still not down as low as I would normally expect to see it, and this presents a significant challenge. With the markets this high, particularly on a Friday morning, it's completely possible to see a slow and steady progressive decline all the way through the afternoon on a Friday. And so I don't like seeing the value this high. It doesn't present a significant opportunity that I can see. The high of today has been 33.65. The low back here was 32.80, and that's not much of a spread already. So to see this new low pushing $33, it just doesn't whet my appetite, if that makes any sense. And now I see that the market is correcting back up again. So I'm going to keep my eye on here, and I'm going to keep watching it for the next 30 minutes or so to see if there presents a significant steep drop off and maybe an opportunity to purchase. I don't know. We'll see. Let's look at AMD, have a look at AMD. And again, this early morning low point around 8:50, 8:45 was 106.50 cents. We went back up to just about 108 and now in a decline again with a little bit of a bounce. So I hate to say this, but it is looking like a very slow Friday morning. And I am not entirely motivated to purchase anything at this moment in time. At best, I could be looking at capitalizing on maybe a small micro play in shares of AI. But as risky as the share value has been over the past few days, I am not even interested in potentially doing that. So, unless I see some sort of significant drop-off in shares of AI today, my day is likely going to be complete, because at this point, I'm not interested in deploying capital, and we're also nowhere near my next sell level of $36 and some odd cents. So it is a little bit early to call the day, which I won't do yet, but at 9:30 I will be giving the markets a lot more of a rest and a break, and I will check back in another 30 to 60 minutes and see if anything has changed in order to capitalize on. In the meantime, I will see you soon. All right, we are at the point in the day which is normally the lowest buying opportunity presented in a day. Let's have a look at what is going on. Still, we have not even come down to this morning's low. And I'm thinking this might be an abnormal day where the shares do not drop at 9:45, but rather likely continue to drop after 11 a.m., continuing to dwindle all the long in the afternoon, all the way down. And I'm a little bit concerned that that is likely what we're going to see today. So as much as I want to make a play, I am not entirely convinced that there is anything here in order to make a significant play upon. So what am I going to do? I would like to start multiplying my cash now that I have some of my capital back. I think that, you know what I think I might do here, considering we're at what looks like a low for at least this cycle, from what I'm seeing with the rising and the falling, is I may actually venture in and buy one share of AI. Now, I'm just having fun here. You need to know this. I'm not looking to make significant capital, obviously, with one share being traded. Again, this is one of the reasons I like having a trade-free account, so that I can just continue to exercise, even at times like this where I don't have a lot of cash to trade. As you can see, I have a balance of $85.50. I would like to see a little bit of profit come in, even if it's just pennies. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to load up and I'm going to commit to buying not 2 shares, because I don't know where the market is going, but I think I will commit to the purchase of 1 share. And that way I have an opportunity to make a few cents on this 1 share. Let's go ahead and confirm it right there. I saw that green. I saw that hint of green, and I just went in on 1 share, $32.95. So let me just document this. 1 share at $32.95. And the reason I bought 1 share is I'm going to take a risk that there might be an upswing coming sometime soon that I can capitalize on and maybe get 10, 15, 20, 25 cents on a share. Or option number 2, if we begin to see a significant decline, I can use my capital to purchase another share and dollar cost average my position on my first share, which will allow me a lower cost, dollar cost average to then potentially sell both shares at a profit at some time later on. So that is the best that I can do on a Friday morning when I see the markets as they are. Again, AMD is nowhere near the potential of closing in order for me to break even on my shares there. So my faith is in AI today. It is the only place where I can potentially earn a little bit of profit. And when I say little bit today, I really mean little bit. If I can invest $32.95 and then return $33.05 or $33.25, right now I'll be happy with that and I will take the win. And who knows, maybe I'll spend some time making small trades today if the activity favors it, if I see that kind of activity going on. But other than that, we have reached, again, another point in just waiting things out. It is 9:45. I will give the market a little bit of time, see what happens, and I will keep you updated. Again, at the end of this day, I have a complete financial picture update coming to compare today at close with last Friday at close. So we will go over that. I'm looking forward to that, and I will see you shortly. All right, I may actually get out of this trade quickly here. Let's just wait and see what goes on. I have a sell limit locked and loaded at $33.05, just to see if I can make a quick 10 cents or more on this transaction that I just entered with my 1 single share of AI that I purchased at $32.95. 10 cents on a quick trade, it doesn't sound like a lot on 1 share, but if you're doing this with 1,000 or 5,000 shares, it can add up. So let's just give it a few moments and see what happens here. All right, I'm looking here, and it may be that I can get out of a trade fairly soon here, sooner than I had expected. That 1 single share that I purchased for $32.95 has already bounced back up. It did actually go over $33 for a second. And so I have gotten a sell limit order on my 1 share ready at $33.05, just to see if I can make 10 cents or more, hopefully on an upward activity movement. Now, the last upward activity reached a peak of $33.22. The one before that was $33.36. I don't expect it to go necessarily up that high, but if we can get above $33.05, then I will keep my finger on the trigger and just hold for it, see if it wants to inch its way up to $33.10, maybe $33.15. Here's a midway point of $33.13, which I can see possibly. $33.14. It might actually reach as high as $33.15 before it decides to turn around back down. So let's just give it a few moments and see. Inching up to $33.01. Oh, it's gone its way down again. I'm looking at a Friday total day volume so far of 6.6 million shares at 10 to 10 a.m. That is not a lot of volume, for the record. So it is a slow day today in the market for sure. 3302, we are inching upwards. Did I see 3303 there? I thought I might have for a second. Nope, slipped back down to 3298. Again, it still looks like it's struggling to move its way up. You know, when there is this little volume on the market, like I'm seeing 500 shares or less come in every minute, there's not a whole lot that is going to go on. So again, just having fun on a Friday morning, seeing if I can capitalize maybe even 10, 15, 20, 25 cents, anything at this point, just to keep moving in a positive direction. I make profitable trades all day long. Yes, I do. I effectively multiply my money hand over fist like ease with clockwork. Every trade that I do is profitable. I only make money on trades that I employ. Back up to 3301. Ooh, a little bit of a bump, and it went right up to 3305. Had I locked in my sell limit order, I would have got that close at 3305. Here we are at 3306, 3307. We're on an upward climb here, it looks like, maybe. Am I going to hold off, or am I going to take my win? Can I get 15 cents? Can we see 3310? 3308? Oh, 3306. I'm going to see if I can get it right there. Yep. It started to come back down, so I just took my original close, and as you can see, I made a solid 10 cents on that trade. 3205. I am out of that trade. I have increased my trade balance by 10 cents, and I am ready to consider doing it again. Now, I think we're probably still likely to see an upward trend go on for a little bit here. I played it safe, and I sold just at 10 cents on the share, just to stay in the habit of making small amounts on any capital that I have in my arsenal. Good habits is more important than the numbers. So if I can buy low and sell higher, that's a good habit to continue developing. It doesn't matter whether I'm trading one share or 100,000 shares. Skill is skill, and good habits are good habits. And that's why I like having a zero trade capital, a zero trade broker, so that even when I'm in tight situations like this with less than $100 to trade, I can still do something. That is important to me as a trader. So again, now we are hovering around 3305. Now I sold my share at I've got 32.95 and 3305. Oh, that is 3305 and 32.95. My bad. I see the share hovering now at where I sold it, 3305, and I'm wondering now if it decides to pull back just a little bit more, maybe I can rebuy the same share at less than what I sold it for, 3305. Maybe. And then maybe sell it at above 3305 again. I'm going on the assumption that we might still be looking at an upward trend, but that is also highly possible that we are not. It looks like that might have been the peak right there at 3308, down from 3322. That is a significant drop in peak, if that is the case. 33.36 down to 33.22. That is a difference of 14 cents. And so 33.22 down to a peak of 33.08. Yeah, it's possible that could have been the peak for that run. It may not be a good time to buy. It may be a good time to wait and catch another downward trend, see if I can catch the bottom again, and maybe earn a few cents just on a micro trade again. Let's see. I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's see how that plays out. I'll load up one share again of AI, getting ready to purchase, but not committing. And again, now we are back down below $33 again, down to $32.99. Let's give this a few minutes and see how things play out. You know what? I want to look at yesterday and see. Okay, here's yesterday's activity, and it looks to me like the low wasn't 9:45 to 10 o'clock. It was actually 10:30 to 10:45. So I am quite a bit early, considering the lowest point of yesterday. I was mistaken. The lowest point was between 10:30 and 10:45. So there actually may be some opportunity coming up here for me to make a little bit of money on a little bit of capital. We are only at 9.58. It is likely we may see more of a low coming up in the next 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, I think that considering that is the case, that we may see a lower market in about 30 to 45 minutes, I'm just going to let things sit, give things a little bit of a break. I'm going to preserve my capital, and I'm not going to get involved in any trade right at this second. I'm going to preserve my capital to see if I can catch a 2-share play in about 30 to 45 minutes, and then see if that presents an opportunity to make a little bit of profit throughout the remainder of the day. So stay tuned. I will be back shortly. All right, I am back at 10:30, just before 10:30 in the morning, to have a look here at what is going on. All right, it looks like my timing is off. We did not reach a low. Well, particularly two things. We did not reach a lower low than back here at earlier in the day. And I've already started seeing some significant volume come in here around 10 o'clock, 10:15 now, which I have missed on a rally up. And the share value is back up already to $33.20. The last one that I sold was $33.05. So I am definitely not purchasing in on this valuation here. It looks like I am out of luck as far as looking for an opportunity, at least at this point in the day. So I am back to watching and waiting. It looks like there is little opportunity for me to do anything until we reach some of the levels where some of my other shares can sell, and that's not going to be until we see a high of $36.35 again. So plenty of way to go. We got $3 per share or more to see until that occurs. So aside from sitting here watching the markets and waiting for something to go down that I might take advantage on, that is about it as far as trades go. So I will continue to watch the market, and at the end of the day, when markets close, I will do a financial snapshot update of comparing last Friday close to this Friday close. And we will see where I come out at that time. It looks like we might be setting up to see a little bit of a repeat of yesterday. We are at 10:33 in the morning, and I'm looking at yesterday, and we had some sell-off start to occur at 10:36, 10:37, 10:38, 10:39, right through till 10:40, and then we reached a low at 10:44 in the morning. So I am wondering if we are going to see something repeat similar today, with a sell-off beginning right there at 10:32. We will see how the next few minutes plays out, and perhaps I will take a risk at purchasing at least maybe one more share. I don't know if I'm going to purchase two with things as high as they are. I might go in for one. And that way, if I get this wrong and it does repeat the normal pattern of a Friday afternoon and continue to go down throughout the afternoon, then maybe I can at least dollar cost average my one share down. So let me set up a market buy for AI, get that ready. And let's just hold on that for a few minutes here and see what happens. 10:34. We have about 5 to 10 minutes left to go to see if we get a repeat of yesterday's sell-off right around this time of morning. Also seeing the share value drop down again to 33.05. If I do decide to buy in on a new play, I would prefer to get a lower valuation than what I last sold at. So 33.05, I would like to get something below 33.05 if I'm going to do this at all. 10:35, what is going to happen? In fact, if I change my buy order to a limit buy order, and I just punch in $33 even, that I want to catch a share, at least one share, below the cost of $33. I'm ready to jump on if we see things drop below $33 again. There we are now below $33. 10:36. I'm going to wait for just a few more minutes. I'm going to see if we get a steep sell-off spike, just like I saw yesterday at around 10:37. So any minute right in here now. Let's see if we get a repeat of a strong sell-off within the next 2 to 3 minutes here. Wonder if we can get the share value back below 32.95 again. See if I can buy in earlier, or see if I can even buy in lower than my last buy-in point. That would be a bonus as well. But at least buying lower than my previous sell point is what I would like to see. Okay, so not seeing a strong selling wave or a strong selling volume spike. And now we've crossed back to $33 per share. 32.96, 32.95. Okay, I think I see my opportunity here. Let's wait this session out here. 18 seconds to go. Are we going to get some more sell-off? Well, there's a little bit more. 32.89. We're dropping down now. $32.94. Okay, I think I'm going to catch it right there. I was a little bit late, waiting for that bottom to see if it was going to go down lower. So I did pick up one share at $32.96. I am back in again. One share for $32.96. And now I am watching for one of two things. I'm watching for shares to begin rallying up throughout the next 30 to 60 minutes, at which point I can sell this one share. Or I'm also looking to potentially see if I missed the absolute bottom here, and if there is a steeper point to buy coming, at which case I can potentially dollar cost average my one share. The problem that I've created for myself here is I don't know if I want to throw in the capital to buy one more share just for a few cents lower than this first share, because like I said, the market may not go back up at all. It may continue to actually decline throughout the afternoon. And if that occurs, I want to have this money in capital reserved so that I can make a good dollar cost average play to lower the cost of this first share that I bought from $32.96 down to something potentially lower. So I'm not going to try to do too much right now. I've got less than half of my current capital deployed. I've got more than half of my current capital in reserve. That is a good position to be in for trading on a regular basis. Let me just let this one share ride and see where we go out of this one share. Now again, if I'm going to get an idea of yesterday, what happened yesterday? Yesterday we saw the market bounce and rebound from the low point of the afternoon from about 32.73 or 32.72, and then slowly begin to rally up to, it actually even got to a high point late in the day after 12 noon, up to 33.54. So that was a increase of almost 75 cents per share yesterday. That's how it went yesterday. I don't know if that's going to be how it goes today, but it does give me an indication of things to pay attention to and markers to watch for. In any case, we saw a fairly steady rise after 10:30 going all the way through to 11:30, 11:45 before it began to taper off and start to drop again. And again, had I seen this yesterday, I would have expected to see it continue going down, but it turned around and bounced back up. So lots of day left. Let's see if I can earn maybe 1% on this share. Again, I'm not going to race to lock in a sell limit on this share. I think I'm comfortable hanging out and just watching to see what happens. So yeah, stay tuned, and I will be back periodically and we will see how this plays out. See if I can make 1 to 1.5% on this trade that I just entered into. 1 to 1.5%, if I can develop a steady pattern of doing that, that's great. I will see you soon. We'll see how this plays out. All right, it has been about half an hour since I last made my purchase order of one share of AI at $32.96. Let's go to the market and see what is going on. All right, we are at a current value of $33.08 on an upward play, on an upward movement. And again, I could leave this share pretty much all afternoon to check in on it periodically, what it's doing each day. But I think I'm so bored with how this week has gone. I just want to see if I can play around on a Friday afternoon and see if I can't get some profitable trades in. Even if they're single share trades and I can only make 10 to 15, 20 cents per trade on these shares. If I get 5 or to 10 of these, I mean, I can make 50 cents to $1 and add it to my account. And considering my current trade balance is only $85, adding $1 to an $85 balance, that's more than 1% if I can pull it off. Now, I had a limit sell here to play with my share of AI and let it go anywhere above $33.06. And now I see that as I've been sitting here, we had another sharp drop off, another sharp sell off, selling at around 33.09 to plunge the share value all the way back down to the $32.99 mark. And now we have to begin the upward climb all over again. So this is how it goes, up and down by such a small amount, 5 to 10 cents at a time, that it is really difficult and really challenging to try to do anything profitable when shares are moving sideways like this. But considering the position that I'm in, it's better than sitting here watching paint dry, in my opinion. I may as well try to employ a little bit of what I've learned, a little bit of my skill, and to see if I can make several micro trades throughout the afternoon here. So I've already made one earlier in the day, and I was able to capitalize 10 cents on that last share. I'm looking to see if I can do it again here, and I'm looking to see if I can do it again really, really fast. Okay? Taking a half an hour in order to go up 10 cents to sell a share, that is taking way too long. So I think what I want to do is I want to sit here right now, and I want to watch this share climb back over 33.06. It's at 33.04 right now. Sit with my finger on the button, 33.04. This is going to go past 33.06. It's likely to not just simply go past 33.06 at this point. It looks like it's holding a steady bottom resistance at 32.93. So, which is only 3 cents below where I purchased the share at. I must have purchased it back here, somewhere in here, if I bought it at 32.66. I likely did. I likely purchased it back here, and then it continued to go down even more. Yeah, I think that is where I got in. I didn't quite catch the bottom of the bottom. I remember I was a little bit early and I was wondering, am I going to see this? Am I going to see this thing? I saw this big red sell-off here at 10:37 in the morning. And I did. I bought in right here at 32.96, and then it bounced up, and then it went down even more. So had I held out, I could have got a good price of 32.80. So I left 16 cents per share on the table right there, doing that. Here we are again, back over 33.06, and this time I'm not looking to sell this off right away. I'm looking for this to continue projecting up. I want to see somewhere at least 32.10, 32.12, maybe even as high as 32.16 if we can get it. I'm not sure that we can, but anything is possible at this time of day. So I'm going to hold firm at 33.06, but I'm going to wait to see that share value climb even higher than 33.06, because I would like to make 20 cents per trade if I can get it, instead of 10 cents. That way, if I do 5 trades at 20 cents, I earn $1 in 5 trades instead of taking 10 trades to do it at 10 cents a piece. Here we are again, back at 33.06. Starting to move into the last hour and a half of the day. Now, what I'm gambling on here is if I close this trade and take a simple, humble 10 cents, and we start to see some late Friday afternoon activity in the market, and people start coming in and buying shares of AI to hold over the weekend, I don't really foresee people doing that, but if that were to occur, this share value could climb quite quickly from 33.06 and climb upwards as high as $33.50, $33.60. And I would potentially miss out on all of that activity if I do not have skin in the game. Now here we have gone down again. That is the second steep drop that I have seen in the past 5 minutes. This one back here at 11:20, and now this one at 11:26. It goes up, it creeps up a little bit, and then Hard sell-off. Hard sell-off, dropping it down by over 5 cents a share. I might have to start lowering my goals to get 5 cents on my trade and just rack up trade after trade after trade at 5 cents a piece and just take my 5-cent wins and stack those things up high. Stacking nickels. Man, what does my life come to? Here we go again, back up, 3304. What are you going to do this time? I got a very strong feeling I'm gonna get agitated and frustrated. I'm gonna sell off this friggin' share for $33.06 as soon as I see it tick over 33.06. And then the second that I confirm my sell, it's gonna start coming in with a massive amount of buying power. And it's gonna launch it up to 33.20, 33.25. You wait and see. And then I'm going to be equally frustrated that I let it go too fast and that I didn't hold on for more. All right, what is getting ready to happen here at 11:30? What is getting ready to happen? We're at 11:28. What is going on over the next 2 minutes here? What are you guys planning? Come on. 3302 we're at. Well, the next upward movement that I see should bring it past 3310 at least. That was the last high point 5 to 10 minutes ago, was $33.10. So I should easily be able to get 3306. As we can see, we are still trending up. The bottoms are getting higher and the tops are getting higher. So we are trending slightly upward right now. I'm holding out for $33.06. I'd like to see 33.10 or higher before I consider dumping this one share and rinsing and repeating this process. Let's see, 15 cents on this trade would be 33.11. Let's increase this to a 15-cent share gain at 33.11 so that I stop considering even selling at $33.06. Let's go minimum sell limit order of 33.11 now. And let's start following the activity of this share value up. Here we are back again at 33.05. Waiting it out. Here we go, 33.09. See how fast things change? I had a sell limit of 33.06, which I may have already sold, unless I switched it higher. Now I've set it to 33.11, and now I'm waiting for the activity to catch up to where I'm selling at. Downward sell. Selling pressure, strong selling pressure, considering the volume coming in. Less than 2,000 shares per minute, and seeing a top of a candle wick that strong tells me that there's a lot of people selling right now. $33.04. We're going to go back up to $33.11, guys. Now, I certainly could have taken my 10 cents per share, no problem. I could have done that 2 times so far and been currently waiting to buy again instead of waiting to sell. But I did not do that. I'm currently waiting out a little bit more time to see if I can get a little bit more pennies out of this share that I'm holding on to. $32.96, and we have dropped all the way back down to where I initially purchased this share. I am indeed finding this process very, very boring and very long and drawn out. I almost want to double down now and say, you know what? I'm just going to put my capital in and I'm going to go 2 shares, because this trading 1 share at a time and having to wait 30 to 40 minutes just to close a trade is getting so ridiculous. More volume coming in, and it's more sell volume. All right, let me go back to yesterday and see what happened around 11:30 to 11:45. Nothing. In fact, we were at a high point from 11:30 to 11:45 yesterday. So this pattern of sell-off here at this particular moment is not a repeat of yesterday. Again, this is Friday, so it is highly possible we will simply continue to see a trend moving down throughout the rest of the afternoon. I do have to be careful that I do not get caught up in that. If anything, I want to use the remaining capital that I have in hand to catch a significant drop-off should it occur throughout the afternoon, and to dollar cost average down my position on my single share that I'm holding right now. Again, back down to below $33 per share. I could have been out on this trade and already repurchased a new trade at this time to be working on another profitable trade. But I didn't let it go last time. I thought it might go higher. You know what? I think I want to lock in and confirm this sell order at 33.11. With the slow activity that I'm seeing in this market, if it goes through 33.11 and goes higher, I don't care. As long as I make 15 cents on my trade at this time for this situation that is occurring right now, I think I'll take that 15 cents, add it to my previous 10 cents. I'll be up a total of 25 cents on my balance so far for the day. And so that is what I'm going to do. I just committed this sell order at $33.11. So the second that the value ticks up to $33.11, which is likely to happen within the next few moments here, I will close that trade, log the win, and then I will immediately move on to looking for the next opportunity. That is my plan. All right, so instead of going up, it looks like we may be going into an afternoon decline on share values here. We're moving pretty quickly down to this previous low of the morning at $32.80. So once we break through this line and I see the market trending down, that will be it for the afternoon until I see any sign of nearing a bottom and bouncing back up, at which point I may actually purchase an additional share of AI to dollar cost average my position between both shares and make it easier to sell both shares at a profit on the way back up. So let's just see how that plays out. All right, as soon as we drop below 32.80, we are officially lower than the lowest point of the day, which is back here, which would also indicate to me that we are on an afternoon sell-off movement, in which case there's not a lot of sense in doubling down. Not until market close at that point. There we go, 32.78. We officially broke the previous bottom of the morning at 32.80, dropping down to 32.78. So at this point, I am going to take my cue from that, and I am going to leave the screen and leave things until later in the day. I'm probably going to just let the remaining hour and 10 minutes in the day, just leave it alone. I might come back just before the markets close to see how low we've gone, at which point I will consider whether or not I want to maybe purchase an additional share of AI, dollar cost average my position between the both shares down. The trade-off for that is I will be holding those two shares over the weekend and leaving things up to the control of the market to determine whether or not we're even going to open above where we closed today. And considering how things have been going, I don't know how comfortable I am putting myself in that position over the weekend. But I'll make that decision later in the day today. Stay tuned. There's more to come. I will be back soon. All right, we are getting down to the last 20 minutes of Friday afternoon, and I want to have a look at what is going on here. I do see that I missed something. Look at right in here. I wasn't sitting here watching actively, and I missed an opportunity where shares dropped down so low. They dropped down to $32.63. And had I seen that and been here, I could have bought one more share to add to the cost of my first share that I purchased earlier, dollar cost average those down, and I could have sold both of them at a profit right here at this peak right here. But I missed that opportunity. So at this point, I'm just keeping my eyes on the last 20 minutes here to see if we drop down low enough where I may still be able to consider purchasing one more share, dollar cost average myself to a lower position rather than $32.96 per share, dollar cost it lower to maybe $32.90 or $32.87, $32.88, somewhere like that. And then maybe sell it on a closing upward movement of the market. This is where I'm currently, my head is currently going. But then again, I was watching this starting to drop down, and now it's rallying up again. As you can see right here, we have been, we've sort of been consolidating right through this median line of about $32.85 per share. It hasn't gone too far higher, it hasn't gone too far lower than that, right around an average of $32.85. So I was thinking if I could get my dollar cost average down to at least $32.85, that might give me an opportunity to close both shares today and regain my capital before the markets close. So I don't know where things are going to close the day. I'm looking, and even if I was to make some sort of play in order to dollar cost average my way out of this trade, I do run the risk of getting stuck with both shares over the weekend. And I really don't like the feeling of that idea. So I would rather, I think, be holding on to one share over the weekend just to give that a chance to see where things go. And at least then I can raise my expectation from where I have it currently sold. I currently have a sell limit to let it go at $33.11. Well, I could take that off, and I could probably expect to get at least $31.50 or higher, maybe $33.50, maybe even higher on Monday when we see where the pre-markets go. So, still scrambling in the last 19 minutes of the day to see how things are going to play out, to see what decision I'm going to make in the end. One thing that remains perfectly clear to me is that I will be holding on to AMD shares through the weekend. The highest point that AMD got today, other than the morning, late in the day here, was still only 108.27, which leaves leaves over $4 per share on the table for me to get out of my position. And so, yeah, I'll be holding AMD throughout the weekend and moving into next week. But I was wondering if there was a way for me to close the trade that I made on AI today. 32.96 was my buy-in. I could just shoot for breaking even on it just to get myself out of the position. And to me, that doesn't necessarily seem like a bad play right now. So let me just load that up and see if I even have a chance of doing that. Let's go to AI limit sell. Let's give it 32.97. If I can't make a profit on it today, not a huge loss. 32.97. Look at that sharp green rally up in the late part of the day right now. Look at it. If I had dollar cost averaged myself back here earlier in the day, I definitely could have caught that with a sizable, a reasonable profit on both shares, because both of my shares, I would have had a dollar cost average down below 32.90. I could have got out right there. 32.97 is what I'm looking for just to close and break even. Can it be done? 12.43. 32.94. We're taking another swing at it. Is it going to be able to pass? 32.95 this time. It may not. It may not even make it back up to my break-even point today. That last buying rally there a few minutes ago might have been the last run up of the day. We are currently completely undecided on this last candle movement here. Here we go again, 32.95. Pushed right up to 32.95 and then got slapped back. We're talking about 3 cents, 2 to 3 cents away just from me breaking even on, not even making a profit on this trade. Ooh, that got slammed down. That got slammed down hard, back down to 32.87. It looks to me like the writing is on the wall here. Well, if I see a significant sell-off right now, I may actually consider buying a share, dollar cost averaging both of my shares, and then quickly reselling them at a sell limit order to see if I can catch one last rebound at the end of the day, going into the end of the day, just to get out of this trade. And maybe to even do it with a couple of cents per share, but we'll see. Back up to 32.89, 32.90. We're playing games here right between 32.83 and 32.95. The window is so tight that it doesn't even allow me to sell my current share at 32.97, and it also doesn't drop low enough for me to buy in another share, dollar cost average enough so that I can then turn around and sell both shares at a lower cost than 32.97. Let's see what happens here. Are we going to make another run up to 32.97? Yes or no? 32.91. No, being pushed back down to 32.90. 12:48 p.m. We have 12 minutes left in the day. 32.89. Still holding green. Here we go. Green is on the rise. 32.92. Last low point, 32.83. Even purchasing a share at 32.83 doesn't really give me a significant enough dollar cost average to turn these around, I don't think. $32.88. Let me try a limit buy here at $32.86. If we reach that low, 32.96 plus 32.86 equals 65.82 for a dollar cost average of $32.91. That may allow me 6 cents to play with. I may actually get out of my position. Is it worth the risk? I do not know. Let's try it out here and see what happens. $32.85. Can you go a few cents lower? Okay, I'm gonna dollar cost average my way there. I'm gonna confirm my buy at $32.86 and $32.96. I am now going to turn around and I am going to limit sell both shares. Actually, make sure I don't get the math wrong here. Okay, so 32.86 plus 32.96 equals, divided by 2 equals 32.91. So if I sell both of these for 32.92, let's say 32.93. I'm going to put both of these on sell for 32.93. I'm going to confirm that order. I'm going to close this position right now, and then it's going to even go past 32.93. Here we go. Ooh, it reached 32.92. Come on. Okay, I will take a short break and I will let this play out. We will update and see what happens in a few minutes when I do my end of day close to see where I am financially compared to last Friday. So stay tuned. I will be back shortly. All right, I am back at the end of the day. What happened? Did I get out of my trade? Let's go to the screen, and as you can see, the share value did actually climb up to $32.95, which means I was able to get out of my transaction of 2 shares of AI today before the close of the market and to recover my capital, which I will go into Monday with a fresh set of eyes, a fresh head, after I've thought about this tumultuous week in the markets over the weekend. But before I go, I want to just give you guys a snapshot of where I am financially. Last Friday's close to this Friday's close. Let's go and let's take a look at that right now. Closing down Trader View. Okay, so we can see right here, last Friday at the close, I had a total of $50,138.60 US. I also had 1,326 shares holding in AI, as well as $15.80 worth of trade capital in my account. As you can see, as of the close today, my US balance is $49,107. I have 1,429 shares of AI, as well as 18 shares of AMD, as well as an available stock trading balance of 85.67. Now, it is important to keep in mind that, remember, I injected, I think, an extra $200 in capital on Monday morning. And then I injected another, I think it was $5,400 US capital Tuesday or Wednesday of this week as well. So when we are looking at these totals, keep that in mind, that these totals, this $50,138 over here was before I injected an additional $5,600 in US capital. So if you were to add that to this balance over here, it would be $56,900 to $49,107. So I'm just trying to keep things fair. We're not comparing apples and apples here. We're comparing apples and oranges. I decided to give myself a temporary balance of around $5,600 US capital this week. I was hoping to have already replaced it by now, but I still have some time to do that. But that will be being done at some point in the future. I will not be keeping that portion of capital in my account. I will be sending it back to the source of where I got it. And so I just want to make sure that you understand that as we move forward, there's going to be that mild fluctuation there. And I'll bring it up again when we do the next financial comparison at the end of the week. So, with that being said, Friday is at a close. I was able to get out of my trade of 2 shares of AI after fighting with it all day, having fun. I even made a few cents profit, nothing to really brag about. And officially this week, I did not even create $100 of additional income on my balance. So I'm considering this week almost an entire write-off. I did get around $80 though, so $80 is better than zero. Stay tuned next week. I will be back bright and early Monday morning, ready to go at the treadmill again. Already looking forward to it. So you have currently been watching Edward James Carey at Praxis Living with my $1 million journey, and this has been session 10. We have many sessions left to go before I see and realize my $1 million goal. And I'm hoping to have a fun adventure, sharing it with you in detail as I've been doing all the way through. So I hope that you are liking these videos and subscribing to the channel. That really helps me get this message out to more people who may have an interest in learning how to do this or becoming the master of their own finances. That's really what this is all about. It's not even about teaching you guys how to stock trade. It's about demonstrating to you that you have the power to take your finances into control. I don't care what you're doing for a living. I don't care how you're earning money. I was working full-time in the plumbing trade in January, and today, in August, I am working out of the privacy of my own home, using money that I have previously saved and invested, and trading with it in order to multiply it and have it grow. And as I intend to demonstrate to you, at least throughout the rest of this month of August, also earning enough to live on the funds that I'm creating so that I do not have to return to work for someone else. That's kind of what the focus of this series is about. It's not really so much about trading as it is about just demonstrating the fact that I am the master of my own finances, and I'm encouraging you to think in ways that can assist you in becoming the master of your own finances as well. So thank you for hanging out. I look forward to seeing you again on Monday morning, and you can join me in that session right over here.